Topping the news this evening, the Department of Immigration says it has a job to carry out and that it will do. The director is making his stance on the department's responsibility to combat illegal migration clear amidst criticism from an international body.
Director of Immigration Clarence Russell says he and the Department of Immigration will fulfill its lawful mandate when it comes to the apprehension and deportation of illegal Haitian nationals post-Hurricane Dorian. His comments come following an October statement by the Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights that called on Bahamian authorities to halt deportations for the moment.
I do not think, as a director and as a citizen of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, that anyone would expect that a small nation of some 300 and some thousand persons would envelope another nation of 11 million plus. Not only would you lose your identity, but it is very probable that you will inherit many of the persons who perhaps are undesirables from the other nations.
The commentary from the UN came after the Bahamas deported 112 illegal migrants to Haiti in October, after government had temporarily suspended deportations to that country after Dorian. In its statement, the Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights further asked government to refrain from deporting individuals who lack documentation without the individual assessments and due process guarantees to which they are entitled under international law. The Bahamas is also taking criticism from local activists post-Dorian, which Russell also responded to.
They seem to have a lot of influence internationally. I'd think, and I can't give them advice, but from where I sit, you'd think that they take their case to those international bodies so that they can get the kind of economic empowerment, political stability, and help for their citizens that they need. Obviously, the Bahamas cannot sustain in any reasonable way an entire nation.
Following the criticism against the Bahamas, Attorney General Senator the Honorable Carl Bethel criticized that international organizations apply standards to small countries like the Bahamas that they do not enforce in their own countries. After Hurricane Dorian, Minister of Immigration the Honorable Ellsworth Johnson announced that the Department of Immigration would replace documents of migrants who lost their papers in Hurricane Dorian free of charge. Russell says not many storm survivors have taken advantage of it.
This myth that there are these groups of persons who are in our society who are so irresponsible that they would have lost all of their valuables in storms. I can assure you from my personal experience in going into Abaco that everyone whom we would have encountered actually have their status documents in hand. Very few have been found or have said in any way with interpreters to us that they have in fact lost their documents.
Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.